Hi guys, it's Crystal City, your homestead. Time for supper. So, if you remember a few weeks back, I actually bought some of those steakums and I didn't know what I'd do with them. I just know I hadn't had them in a long, long time. And I thought, well, let's make something with them. So what I've decided to do, and hopefully this turns out, I'm not sure what you call it, I don't know. But we're going to do it anyway. How's that? So we're going to take these off. These wrappers. Because each one is wrapped. Well, I might not have to cut any of them up. Just put them in there when they break apart, I guess. That works out fine. That works out great, actually. Saving me from having to chop them. And then I can cut them into smaller pieces. Tom has to work this weekend, Friday and Saturday. He hasn't had to in a long time, just Friday once, but twice I think it was. So I got to make extra for him for tomorrow, and so yeah, this will work out fine. I don't remember them falling apart like this, but that's okay. I wanted them all cut up anyway, so that works out pretty good. Alright, so let me get these all off the sheets here. I don't think you need to watch me do all that, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so now I put a little bit of butter in there with it, and then I want to use Tom's favorite steak seasoning, the Montreal. So once this gets gone, I'm going to try to duplicate it. There are recipes for it, and when we get it all used up, I'm going to duplicate my own. So, my oven's preheated to 350, and we're going to get that just warmed up. It's pretty much cooked as it is, but you want to, you know, get it flexible and juicy and all that good stuff. So, then I'm going to take an onion, and I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to use a big onion. And I'm just going to slice up slices. Sorry about the noise when it does that. I'm going to break it up into my pan. Even the little pieces you can use. I had to cut out a bad spot in it, so that's why the little pieces are there. Now, I don't know if these are like a Philly cheese sandwich. I don't know, since I've never had one, so I don't know. But from what I've seen people do, maybe it is. I don't know. I couldn't find an exact recipe of what I wanted. So, well, I'm going to do what I want. Because who knows? And if I have a lot of mixture left, we can eat that for breakfast in the morning. It's no big deal. That's what we do with a lot of things. You know, if there's a lot left, then we can always eat it for breakfast. I know it's not a traditional breakfast, but that way it doesn't go to waste. Alright, so let's put you over here. You don't have to see my mug. Oops, I found a couple more pieces of meat. You don't want that. Now I told you I've been trying to utilize things from my freezer as well. So I've got some of my peppers that I've cut up. Well, I've sliced them up, you know. And we're going to add some of that to there. Maybe just a few more. Maybe just a few more, who knows? It's all a guess. And then I'm going to put some butter into that too. Butter to me just makes everything a little bit creamier. It browns it up better. And that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to get this all nice and browned up. See how much nicer it looks when you're starting to brown it up? Really nice, actually. Alright, so now the next thing I'm going to do is, last week Kroger's had different breads on sale. They didn't have the bread that I wanted, but they did have the sourdough bread. So I bought that, and I've kept it in the refrigerator all week. So now I think you could do an open face like this. I'm sure you could actually, but we're going to do a whole sandwich. And that'll use up the whole loaf of bread too as well. So we'll have 4 for tonight, and then we'll have then 1 for tomorrow for Tom for his lunch. So now you want to get it browned and toastier. I want to butter each side of the bread, or each piece of bread, I should say. I'll take these other lids off. I'll take these off when I get everything put together. And you could toast each individual one if you wanted to. But that's not something that you have to do. Okay, so now what I've done is I've actually added the meat in with our peppers and onions. Isn't that beautiful? Make sure we get all that mixed in there. I did end up using the rest of the peppers because I think it needed it. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? We want to make sure we get it all incorporated together. Look at that. Now we need cheese for there. So, I have 2 pieces of sliced pepper jack. I'm going to use those up. Then I'm going to use some of this Swiss cheese. I was thinking about putting each piece on a piece of bread, but because the bread's so much longer, I thought, you know, that's going to take slices and slices and slices to do that. Not that it isn't already, but you know what I mean, it'll take more. Let's put half over here and half right there. And I'm going to let this melt. Alright, so now that I have the cheese mostly melted, I want to mix that in with that too. Because I want this to be nice and cheesy. Look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? And I think we pretty much got it covered with cheese. Alright, so now I did one just to see kind of how it looked. So now we want to take that mixture and put it on our sourdough bread. And like I say, if you don't want the second piece of bread, you don't have to do that. You could do an open faced. But I think it's going to be nice to have crunch from both sides. That's what I think. But that's my own personal opinion. Look at these, aren't they beautiful? That one kind of came off the bun a little bit. We don't want that. Oh yeah. Now for dinner tonight, I've actually, whatever pickles or whatever cucumbers I had left, you know, that I made a big thing of chunks, but then I made anything that wouldn't fit in that jar. I peeled and sliced up for tonight. So we're going to have cucumbers tonight for dinner with it. May not have much left at all. Might have just about cooked just enough. That doesn't happen very often with me. But actually there is just a little bit left, and I'm going to show you. I decided what to do with that little bit that's left over. Alright, so now I'm going to put these in that 350 oven. And you want to keep an eye on it when you do have butter on that bread, because you don't want it to burn. So keep a good eye on it. So I decided, why don't we make Tom a breakfast burrito? Why not? Burritos can be just about anything you want them to be. Actually, there might be enough for two. Well, let's see how it rolls up. Yeah, they'd be enough for one. He'll get breakfast burrito, and I will do my cereal for in the morning. And so we're just going to fold that up, put it on a plate, and that's what Tom's got for breakfast tomorrow. I forgot to bring you back when I finished them. But there they are. Aren't they beautiful? Tom's will be here in like 5 minutes, so we'll let him see what he can taste. We'll let him taste it. Tongue-tied. So we'll be back in just a couple minutes. Well, hi, Tom.
Hello.
There's your sandwiches. It's those steakums, and I used your steak spice that you really, really like.
Okay.
And then onions and peppers. And what else did I do? Oh, and I had 2 pieces of your favorite cheese left. And then I did Swiss on top of that and mixed it all in with the veggies and the meat. And then I made slicers for you. Out of the leftovers. There's 2 pieces of pepper jack in there. The rest of it's Swiss. So you have a burrito made of that for tomorrow, and then somehow I made an extra sandwich, so you have a sandwich for Sunday morning or Saturday morning. And then I made this dip right here. We were gonna munch on it tonight because we didn't think you had to work tomorrow, but I packed you up some to take to work tomorrow. So why don't you grab a couple chips and give it a try?
Okie dokie.
You can't put the sandwich down, huh? all the way to the bottom. There you go. So you get beans and everything.
That's pretty good.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. So winner, steakums dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. You guys have a blessed night. Be a blessing, and goodbye, Tom.
Goodbye, Tom.
You guys have a great night.